This is Dolany TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, and welcome back to some Edmonton Oilers discussion here on this channel today as Mr. Orange just makes his way through. She has been one heck of a day here on Oilers land, let me tell you. My goodness, yes, Puljujarvi, who we'll talk about in this video, Carter Savoy in the draft picks, and what isn't there to know about today? Of course, we traded the third round pick down for a fourth and a fifth. We qualified Bear and Legason, not qualifying a whole bunch of guys. There is a bunch to get to. I don't think I'm going to get to it all tonight because, simply put, I am exhausted. Outside of the Oilers having a big day, I had a big day, and it's been a long day. And I would like to rest and relax after sitting in this chair for far too long yesterday trying to watch the first round of the draft. And my goodness, hats off to you if you watched all of the draft today, because I think by the time this video's out, it should be over. Maybe, I stress maybe, because it's quite a mess, this 2 through 7 round draft today. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, at Puljujarvi. Oh yes, finally, it's over. The story, the saga, it's done. Yes, Puljujarvi is returning back to the Edmonton Oilers to start next year, and we don't have to worry about the questions anymore. So would say some, right? It's now solved. Puljujarvi is going to be an Oiler for the rest of his life. Good to go. However, there are some that would probably say, yes, Puljujarvi is going to audition and look to up his trade value as much as possible and get out of town as soon as possible. To that, I announce to you, if you don't already know, if you're missing out on the news, come on, it's 5:17. You've been home for 15 minutes. I am just getting home to do this video, okay? So it's not going to be out till 6:15. So if I'm catching the 6 o'clock work crowd, news to you, yes, Puljujarvi signed a 2-year contract with our Edmonton Oilers today, and that carrying an annual average value of $1.175 million per season against the cap. So, now, oh my goodness, Tyson, we don't have the cap space for yes, Puljujarvi. Here's the thing. That is partly why Matt Benning and Andres Athanasiou weren't qualified. Right? 3.0 million and 1.9 million against the cap in qualifying offers. That is the least they will negotiate with, because if they get a lower offer in free agency, they just sign the qualifying offer with the Oilers, and then you're screwed. That's 5 million almost of your cap, the 8.7 or whatever we have after Clefbaum's up there in LTIR against the cap, gone. So you're looking at maybe 3 to 7 million in cap space, and all you've done is re-sign Athanasiou and Benning. So instead, you don't re-sign them. You only count out of that 8 point some odd million we have, and potentially 13 million depending on how Clefbaum works on LTIR. You only count 1.175 million against the cap to add the guy in the Liga that anyone associated with Oilers fandom that likes yes, Puljujarvi was just over the moon with last season in the Liga, and he started with 1 goal in 2 games this season in the Liga as well, and I think you can expect the production to either ramp up or ramp down with everything kind of being solved around for yes, Puljujarvi and the Edmonton Oilers. He's now 22 years old. He was our first round selection way back when in 2016. He's with Karpat in the Finnish Liga right now. And you know what? He scored 53 points in 56 games last year. Here's the thing. I expected a lot more. That's why I was so hard on him, and everybody else was making it seem like 53 points in 56 games in the Liga was God-tier NHL player, but it's really not. And you know what? End of the day, the real stats that count, 37 points in 139 career NHL games. Now, you've listened to me for 4 minutes. I seem like I'm sounding like a Debbie Downer on Puljujarvi again. I am a bit, because obviously it's come around full circle. I am wrong on this. I wanted Puljujarvi traded. Puljujarvi is now going to play for the Oilers next season. Is that a problem? No. How do you make this a good solution? Well, here's a couple things, right? We've all kind of had this chatter where, you know what, end of the day, we just need to pick 4 lines going into next year and stick with them for a minimum of 10 to 20 games, no matter how good or how bad things are going. Dave Tippett's job is not on the line if the Oilers start 9 and 11, or if the Oilers start 8 and 12, or if the Oilers start 7 and 13. Anywhere in that range, his job is not on the line. Conversely, the Oilers could start 13 and 7. on and on and on, right? The Oilers could go 14-6 for all you're crying, and you know what? The lines could prove to work. So, I'm not sitting here and totally, what would I say? Totally going out of my way to say, yeah, you know what? We have to go with Puljujarvi on McDavid's wing and staple him there for 20 games and call it good. Yes, that would be probably ideal to allow Jesse Puljujarvi to succeed. But for Jesse, I want to see that perfect fit in which he can play a big man's game, be the leader on the line in terms of offensive production, and of course make an impact up and down roles. Right? Do you throw him out there on a third line that says, hey, you know what, you're a scoring third line, go get the job done, let's score a ton of goals. And then, of course, you throw him out there in a third line role as well, where you say, hey, we're late in the game, we need to defend the lead and look for offense if it's there, right? Mature that two-way game a little bit, and then if you really see some success with that, move him up to McDavid. That'd be my preferred method, because the Oilers, realistically, here's the thing, having 3 solid lines, my friends, the Oilers haven't had for a long time, but that's not a problem in the NHL. The way Dave Tippett deployed the lines last year is a problem in the NHL. Deploying McDavid and Draisaitl 22 minutes a night each, and then deploying the third and fourth lines 11 minutes a night each, that does not work. The fourth line, realistically, probably playing 10 minutes a night, and that third line should be getting 13.5 to 14 minutes a night if you're going to have Jesse Puljujarvi on the third line. I'm not advocating throw Puljujarvi on the third line and give him an 11 minutes. No, I'm advocating you got to at least give him 13.5 to 14 minutes a night. If you want to call that second line minutes, sure, but it's not. And then, of course, you've got to give them some power play time on that second unit. And you think the Oilers' second unit, man, they need players on that second unit. Guess what? You just got one. You just got a guy who can shoot the puck on the second power play unit, and he's a right-hand shot. Yes, we have Kailer Yamamoto. That's dandy. That's great. That's all. Here's the problem. If you're trading Alex Chiasson, as many of us are expecting to happen, right? This has been floated, the Andres Bork deal to Boston, that seems to be pretty much where it's going, or we'll figure out something else for Chiasson, or he'll be back. If he's not back, you've got Jesse Puljujarvi to either go on the top power play unit, or you've got Kailer Yamamoto to go on the top power play unit and open a space for Jesse Puljujarvi to go on the second power play unit. You see how that trickles down, and at worst, you have Puljujarvi and Yamamoto, 2 of your young, exciting kids, back-to-back first-rounders, right there. Right there. Good to go on the second power play unit. Hey, you know what? Things have sounded a lot worse recently in Oilers land. Like the Oilers lost 3-1 to the Hawks in the playoffs. That sounds a lot worse than Puljujarvi and Yamamoto on a second power play unit for the Oilers on a team that should be just as good, if not better, than last season, the 1920 season. So that's good news there as well. So Puljujarvi all around. $1.175 million cap hit. That really, you know what, that's a decent number. 2 years tells me he's not going to be traded. But again, maybe it's to say a team will have him somewhere along the lines down the road, say at the deadline or whatever. But Puljujarvi back in the Oilers lineup, that's, hey, you know what, if everybody's right about this guy, and I expect them to be, if everybody's right about Jesse Puljujarvi, about how good of a player he is, dang right, we're going to be doing just dandy when everything comes due at the end of the season, whenever that is in the 2021 season, to get into the playoffs. So guys, yeah, yes, Puljujarvi back. Hopefully the Oilers do the right thing with him, right? And obviously the right thing is one or the other when it comes to the option. 14 minutes a night on the third line, or stapled to McDavid's wing for 20 games and see how it can produce. And I didn't talk about that. I guess I should have talked about that option. So let's get to it. Yes, Puljujarvi on McDavid's wing. Honestly, I don't care who the left winger is. Nygaard, Neal, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, whoever his left winger is. You know what? You tell Yes Puljujarvi, you get the puck, you shoot it. You get the puck, you shoot it. You see the puck on your stick, you shoot it. You see the puck in your feet, you shoot it. You see the puck in the air, you shoot it out of the air. You see the puck in the stands, go into the stands, shoot the puck. The mentality with Jesse Puljujarvi in the NHL, it has to be the exact same with everybody that was cheering him on in the league, as saying all he's doing is shooting the puck. you know what? Honestly, if that's what everybody's saying is the key to success for Puljujarvi, let's get the most bang for our buck on 1.175 million for the next 2 years and have the guy score goals. And the only way he's going to score goals is if he gets playing time and if he shoots the puck. So, there you go. Answer solved. How does Puljujarvi succeed in the Oilers lineup in 2021? Shoot the puck, get some ice time, and watch the magic happen if everybody who is high on the kid is correct. Guys, I'm Tyson. This is Million AAV. My friends, thank you so much for joining me last night. Last night was a blow-away night. I did not expect Dylan Holloway's video to go off as it did, but thank you so much for making it do that, and I will catch you in the next one.